Hello, and welcome to WSPR, The Whisper, bringing you everything fit to hear here in Seashallow. I am Rocky Grenadier Wright.
And I'm Kamir. This is WSPR The Whisper, Seashallow's best and only news sending. Sendcasting live still since yesterday. We have an evening update for you, but no word from Alistair in the field yet. Living statue, actually man enchanted by flesh to stone. The Wizard's Tourney is just around the corner, and with such a momentous event is sure to come a flood of lively street performers. Musicians, bards of all kinds, jugglers, acrobats, and more. But earlier this week, one particularly committed performer began to raise questions among passers-by. It turns out that the beloved living statue, the human performer who stood statue-like and perfectly still for a total of 8 days on the corner of Cuttlefish Canal... Rocky! I'm back! Get the sendcasting wand out!
Alistair, what happened?
Oh, this is Alistair. Hey, boss man. What? Who is this? I'm Kamir. Hey, Rocky hired me to sendcast while you were off doing whatever at the Collegium.
Yes, that.
All right. Hello. Yes, I'm Alistair Featherbright. Get out of the way, please. I have something to send to our listeners. We're up to 12 now. Sky sent some money. I paid myself out of it, but the rest is there in the drawer. What? That's wonderful news. Thank you both for holding down the fort, I believe they say.
Sure, that sounds right.
Oh, bloody hell, it was already on. I was in the middle of a story about a living statue performer that was really turned to stone. Yeah, all right, well, let me just organize my thoughts for a moment. Right. This is Alistair Featherbright, reporting to you live from the Third Ring. As our listeners are no doubt aware, I have been following leads related to the recent shipments of undead to our fair city during the course of this very long day. In pursuit of these leads, I have recently traveled to the Collegium of Mages to find a possible culprit with my recent companions, and I was unable to report much of our findings. Did you ever find out what that was about, incidentally? Yeah, my buddy found some kind of goose spell is like baked into the building itself when you enter it, sort of thing. Another thing to inquire about later, I suppose. Well, suffice to say, my colleagues and I discovered evidence conclusively linking a professor of the Collegium to not only the undead imports, but also the recent sightings of red-robed priests and outbreaks of xenophobia. The cargo crates I had examined from the ship Heart of the Isles had an incomplete address we were able to restore with the assistance of one of the Bettys at the Collegium. And in a quick aside, I must note their helpfulness, efficiency, commitment to their work, and adaptability. My compliments and hats off to them all. We were able to search this professor's office and obtain shipping manifests linking him to the shipments of undead. With this evidence, I believe it is prudent to reveal that the professor in question is one Raider Alpenstrength, son of the legendary Archmage Edexar Alpenstrength. Archmage Edexar is, of course, well known for his discoveries of certain portals to both the Fey Realms and the Outer Realms, as well as developing several meticulously crafted conjuration spells, and at present serves as an at-large representative of the Collegium to the Seashallow Council. Upon discovering this evidence and confronting Mr. Alpenstrength the Younger, he attempted to bluster, and then flee, leading my compatriots and I on a merry chase amidst the chaos of the Collegium. New student tours, escaped conjurations and magical experiments, and what seemed to be a game of some kind similar to magical dodgeball on flying brooms. The Princess Rivulet managed to stop him with a well-placed spell that seemed to give him plenty to think about.
Hello, fellow tradespeople. This has been. I hope you are enjoying this podcast as much as we are. If you are, please leave us a 5-star rating on whatever podcast platform you are listening on. Also, go ahead and follow us on social media at the Roll Report Cast. If you are feeling especially supportive and fancy and delightful, you can also support us on Patreon, which we would really love and appreciate. And you get all kinds of really fancy special bonus perks for doing that. All right, back to the show.
Mr. Openstrength at first vehemently denied any knowledge of the undead shipments, the red robes, and the shipping manifests we had discovered. He appeared genuinely confused at the accusations, until suddenly and completely changing his tune. Here, once again, dear listeners, I must unfortunately leave you wanting. When Yorick asked the younger Mr. Openstrength if he knew of a name we had found that seemed to link several of these events together, he abruptly claimed all responsibility for everything, including things we had not asked about. Whoever this person may be, they clearly inspire a certain level of fear and loyalty such that we at WSPR...
Oh, you started that whole we thing.
That we at WSPR feel warrants not revealing this name yet. To continue, my companions and I took Mr. Openstrength back to a safe location in the city, where he is currently awaiting a formal arrest and arraignment for his crimes. I feel I must at this point mention my strong suspicions that Mr. Openstrength was acting under duress or coercion, and I urge my fellow citizens to not pass judgment too quickly. I believe the truly responsible party to be this new, group, or perhaps even cult, that is spreading amongst the islands, notable for its red-robed acolytes and their philosophy. It seemed that they deny the visit of the gods, the basis for Seashallow's founding, and indeed, the widely accepted calendric system used archipelago-wide. It seems that they deny the visit of the gods, the basis for Seashallow's founding, and indeed, the widely accepted calendric system used worldwide, and seek to convince adherents that the many diverse species of our world should isolate themselves, remain on their own islands, and not intermingle in any way. For context, it is widely known and accepted that 417 years ago, several gods of this world appeared to the sleeping minds of rulers, priests, mages, and so on of that bygone age. The goddesses Noara and Hendil, goddesses of motherhood and rain, and hearth and home respectively, are said to have revealed the truth that they and their siblings had each blessed the many sentient species of the archipelago with gifts, magic and minds and hearts, and that truly every shape is beloved by the gods equally. The visit did usher in our current age of expansion, cooperation, and inspired the founding of Seashallow and the All-Island Alliance. If this group of red robes seeks to undo all of the hard work accomplished in the last centuries, perhaps they ought to be taken seriously by the Council.
If you really captured Raider, maybe don't antagonize the Council, Alistair.
Yeah, that guy's dad is like major famous and has a really scary rap. I'm aware of his... I apologize. I am aware. Well, WSPR remains committed to the truth, no matter the obstacles. I should be continuing my inquiries during the next days, seeing as how we have hired Khmer to sendcast as well. Do finish your story, won't you? I need to think. Sure, man. Whatever. Okay, where was I? Right. The guy on the corner of Cuttlefish Canal and Green Turtle Canal in the Fourth Ring was not a street performer at all, but in fact an unfortunate young man under the influence of a flesh-to-stone enchantment. Apparently, a group of local street urchins had been placing a hat in front of the man and collecting the coins left each day. Those clever little rapscallions. Rather than trying to root out whoever cast the spell, the Collegium of Mages paid the man 8 days' wage and sent him on his way.
And now, the weather. It's a pleasant, if overcast, night. Stay safe.
Yeah, that. Well, keep sending us paper birds if you see things we should report. Thank you, listeners. Tell all your friends to buy the receiving stones at Skylar Crowspark's shop in the Third Ring. And we're still looking for a person to report on the Wizard's Tourney. Take it easy, Seashallow.